Hello everyone, this is Guy, and this is a guide for my ScenarioSwitcher script that I created for Roll20. In this guide, we will go through creating a scenario from scratch. So I hope you can create your own scenarios in whichever fashion you want to. This video will be for creating a scenario that switches around tokens. There will be another video which says how to create switching between different dynamic light paths. Let's get right into it. We will need to have a basic idea what we are going to do. So in this case, I want to create a scenario switcher that changes this page's weather overlays. I have rain, snow, and fog, and I want to use a command token to switch them around, or just remove them altogether and have clear weather. That's what I want to do. After you have a basic idea what you want to switch around, what the different scenarios are, we can keep going. But really just the basic idea is enough, because you can adapt things later on, adding new scenarios or tokens to scenarios that already exist. It's not too complicated, so don't worry too much. It's just you need to have a basic idea. But yeah, we have our idea defined. Now, for anyone who is curious, you see that actually the command tokens, they will have two macros that you can use. It's not really essential to understand what texts, what commands are inside of these. But basically, when the script is installed, a few things are created automatically. It includes a few example tokens, and the ScenarioSwitcher command token that I have here is actually copied over. It is one of the example tokens that are given when you install the script. And these are sent into the page with the player ribbon. But another thing that's created regarding the macros is a character called ScenarioSwitcher. Please do not alter or remove this character. I am not sure if archiving would create a difference. Probably just put it into a folder, like I have my auxiliary folder here. You can do the same. But yes, this scenario switcher, he holds, the only important thing that he has is the scripts. They are the following. You don't need to understand how they work, really, unless you really want to. It's not essential. Here they are. So yeah, this is the stuff that is created when the script is installed, when all the installation steps are followed. Now, in this map, I have the ScenarioSwitcher command token that I copied over from the example tokens. But if you don't want to copy it over, you can actually create one yourself. The only important thing right now is just create any token, link it to the character ScenarioSwitcher. That's about it. This stuff, don't worry about it. Just create it, name it in a way that you recognize it, and that's it. We'll get to the rest later. And then of course I added a few just very simple tokens. They don't have anything inside. They have a background. It will not be changed by this switcher. It is actually a background created by Gabriel Picard, and you can get this image, this map for free at his DeviantArt profile. Then I have a few tokens, the weather overlays that we went through. They're empty, so just really simple tokens, all of them. Okay. So this is basically the setup. We have a basic idea what the switcher is going to do. We have the tokens in place that we need, and our ScenarioSwitcher command token is set up correctly. That's about it. Let's now adapt all the fields in a way that the script does exactly what we want to do for this scenario. How do we do this? So let's start with the ScenarioSwitcher command token. Now we will actually get these two fields set up the way they should be. Okay, so what are their values? Let's just copy them over into the chat real quick. So this is the value of the bar1 value, and the max value is this. Now these don't really apply to what we want to create here, so might as well just rewrite them a little bit. How do we do this? So first of all, we don't need all of these scenarios. By the way, I just pasted this content in there. We don't need 5 scenarios, so we'll just remove the last 2. Okay, there are 3 scenarios now. These are descriptions for each scenario. They are kind of important. They will help you use the scripts correctly later. So create good descriptions. Let's start then. So it is snowing. Next description. Because we don't have goblins and griffins in here, we need to change the descriptions. It is raining. And there is a lot of fog. Okay, so the descriptions are done. Now let's get this part. It's really important too. These are the flags. So snowing, let's do snow underscore. Raining, you guessed it, rain underscore. And fog underscore. Please be sure to have no spaces inside of the flags, and not even spaces in front or after the flag. It should be comma, the flag, and then this separator. Okay, be careful about that. But yeah, this is pretty much what we need to do for our command token. We just paste this into there, into the max value of bar1. And now object layer, which is in here, this would actually mean that all the tokens that this command token switches would land in the object layer. But the weather overlays, I think they are better going into the map layer. So let's just do that. We change it like this, and now when they are switched over, they will land in the map layer. If you're not really sure what this means, don't worry, just keep watching. You'll see soon enough. Okay, this is pretty much it. The ScenarioSwitcher command token is done. Just erase this. By the way, there is something that you really need to be careful about while creating your command tokens. If you have 2 command tokens in different pages that have exactly the same bar1 max, you will have problems with the script, because this script actually looks for the page where the switch is about to happen by looking for the command token that has the specific bar1 max value that you provide. So there is a good workaround. You can actually change the bar1 max a tiny bit So this is the name of this map, Moody Forest. Now actually you take the var1 max and you add this map name as a last scenario. And you give the tag, the tag is just a hyphen, nothing else. Okay. So I just added a separator, and then the new scenario with the map name and a hyphen. And this hyphen actually, it makes the script skip all the switching process. So actually this is an empty event, an empty scenario. This way, even if you want to, let's say, you want to change the weather in many different maps in the same way we just did here, you just add, you copy paste everything that you have here, but the command token, you will just, the last scenario, you will add the name of the map and just keep the hyphen as the flag, and that's it. You will be safe, as long as you don't have maps that have the same name, but that's a different problem. I erased the flags from here. Maybe I shouldn't have done that, but it's not a big problem. Let's just get them back here. Let's copy this and paste it back here. Okay, and now we will actually flag the tokens. So this guy is rain. Let's just add the rain flag to it. This just means that when we switch to rain, that is a token that will be affected. We do the same for snow, and lastly for fog. Let's just make sure the flags are correct and in the right place. That's rain, that's snow, that's fog. Okay, that's about it. Everything is flagged correctly. Now we can move around the tokens, resize them, link them to characters. It does not really matter. We could have also done that before. The only thing that should not be changed is the flag. It needs to stay the same, or else the behavior of the script will change too. Okay, so let's get this a little bit polished, and then the switcher will be pretty much ready to work as it should. Alright, let's just get these guys resized so it actually looks like weather, not like some weird warp zone. Putting these into the dynamic light layer already. If you're wondering how I'm doing that, it's keyboard shortcuts. You can activate them in settings, and pressing L and then comma sends the current selection to the dynamic lighting layer. Okay, so that's about it. We can reposition this, and we're ready for the switch. How does this work then? We use switch. You see, this is why we need good descriptions. They're here now. They help us decide. It is snowing. Let's use that. And the token that was in the dynamic lights layer that had the flag snow underscore is pushed to here. And let's switch again. We can mix and match, so let's do that. Let's put the fog there. I think it looks like a snowstorm. I like it. And to remove it, just click the same option again. Let's start by removing the snow. Now it's just fog. Let's remove the fog. Now it's a clear day again. And that's about it. That's how it works. I hope this video was helpful, and I wish you a lot of fun with your games, and that this script is actually really useful.